First of all, I would like to say the unity here today is amazing. And also, since we're outside the library and we're all talking about education, I think it's important that we actually educate. So what I want to talk about quickly is the forbidden history of the UK's involvement in slavery. The reason why is because they don't teach us in schools, hence why it's forbidden. They don't take accountability for how they treated our ancestors, and it's cowardice. Right. A lot of people are saying the UK is not innocent, but it's not just because of police brutality. The racism that killed George Floyd started in Britain. And if we don't know our history collectively, how do we move forward? I don't want to cause no animosity. This is a lesson for everyone. We can't live in denial. In 1670, British people went over to the West Africa to control Africans in Sierra Leone. They invaded and destroyed a place called Bunt Island, as to which they built a factory where they would sell, reproduce, brand and rape black people for trade. They would purposely kill the old and young family members who had no economical value in front of the slaves to purposely trigger them into meek submission. It caused them to form a condition called PTSD that we call today. The first enslaved Africans went over to the Caribbean and Latin America. The first enslaved Africans to reach the USA in North America in 1619 were under British control. This means the money generated from the island and the American countries flown into the British economy. The British economy is built off slavery. During 1690 to 1807, the British had transported approximately 3.1 million slaves. This was all done because of capitalism and hate. Slavery was finally abolished in the UK in 1833. The reason I mention all this is because this behaviour has been practiced throughout generations. Slavery might have been abolished, but the dehumanisation, racism and unfair treatment towards black people is still present in the UK. During the First and the Second World War, African and Caribbeans were called upon to fight for the country. They weren't invited from the kindness of Britain's heart. They were invited to be human sacrifice. And they know that they would take the bait because being in the UK was perceived as a better life. Not like they had a choice anyway. And decades later, after serving the country, which requested their help, adjusting to the racism in their newfound world, Windrush happens. We need to look back at our history because we need to understand what we're fighting against. We are in a system that does not care about us. We call it covert racism, but that's because Britain was good at hiding it. They had brainwashed everybody, including majority of the non-blacks in the country. This is called ideological subversion. It's a welfare tool used to change what people believe and to change the perception of reality.
Breathe, brother, breathe, breathe.